Ethiopia preparing to welcome 1 million diaspora during Christmas. And TPLF destroys 10 billion birr worth facility in Wollo University. A very warm welcome to this news hour, and many thanks for watching us. With the news, I'm Shifarao Lakao, and do stay with us. Now, Ethiopians in the diaspora are now making history by defending their homeland, standing in unison against all odds that affect their people. The chair of the Ethiopian Diaspora Association, Idris Mohammed, pronounced the existing situation as an opportune time for the country to use all its assets among the diaspora for its development. Member and advisor of the association, Bruhatawit Dawit, for her part, indicated that preparations are well underway to host around 1 million Ethiopians in the diaspora. Daniel Kasawan reports.
It's really history in the making. The Ethiopian diaspora's contribution to their country is now having a new picture. This has been sparked by the foreign interventions and aggressions by the terrorist groups who bent on posing existential threat to the country. The recent phenomenon of the #NoMore movement showcased the peak of the Ethiopian diaspora's zeal to their country.
Diaspora has helped financially during this period, and they still are helping financially. But besides that, they are playing an incredibly beautiful, strong, enthusiastic diplomatic role. They're fighting and they're winning.
Maintaining the momentum, all the diaspora are invited by the government to get back to their country of origin to really show their determination in the calm situation in Addis Ababa.
I can assure you the Foreign Office and Diaspora Agency and member of Ethiopian Diaspora Community, my associations, we working together with the Foreign Office and with the agency and with Prime Minister Office, organizing how to welcome 1 million returnees, Ethiopians, back home.
You know, bring a million people back home. It's nice, let them come for vacation. It's wonderful because it's going against the American claim of having all Americans moving out of here to the States. So it's a counter attack, which is fine. It's successful. But we have to look at the long run issue. The long run issue is get those that come here and work, wonderful. But don't neglect the ones that stay there because they are your jewels.
They also said lots of consultations and interventions are needed to effectively make use of assets from the Ethiopian diaspora across the globe. The Ethiopian diaspora contributed around 2.5 billion USD in the past 9 months.
They've done a lot for this country. There's no question about that, especially now. And if you don't mind, I will tell you, to a certain extent, the amount of money the diaspora has really helped. Okay. For the dam, 190 million. For COVID, 283 million. For rehabilitation and for the Defense Force, 600 million. For voluntary services, 103 million. This is not easy money.
So in this opportunity, I will ask our champion Prime Minister, Dr. Abiy Abichu Ababiya, the new name he's been given from our Oromo community. Please, please, please make sure the 1 million diaspora should always continue coming year after year and after year, and this give us back our Diaspora Day. Which month, which year, we'll leave it to you. We'll leave it to the Foreign Office.
The Diaspora Association indicated lots of activities are well underway to host the first of its kind diaspora gathering in the country.
Addis Ababa is more developed than Nairobi. On a beautiful day in Addis Ababa, my friend and I decided to go and explore the city and see how beautiful, amazing, developed the city is, as well as visit some of the touristic places like Unity Park, Friendship Park, and places that the government has put intentional habits or measures to make this place look more beautiful and more maintained and taken care of. See, Addis has really improved. We even have like walking paths that have like a carpet sort of situation going on. Nice building on the other side and some green stuff down here. So beautiful. You see pathways. Great, great. I have walked the most here until I made it to a bus station on this side. I can't believe it.
Welcome back, dear viewers, and now let's turn our attention to trending stories regarding Ethiopia over the past 24 hours. And here in the studio, I'm joined by my colleague Habtamo Ashagre to tell us more about his observations. Habtamo, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Now, as you know, it's been a while since Ethiopians abroad began this hashtag No More movement, strongly denouncing foreign intrusions and undue pressures by some in the West. And I think the movement has now reached Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I try to observe a lot of foreign media institutions to talk about concerning an Ethiopian issue. The first what I've got is from the Jamaica, in the capital Kingston. They are undertaking a rally or demonstration to support Ethiopia and opposing those foreigners or some Western countries and Europeans why they are intervening in Ethiopian matter and domestic issues. Yeah. And they are also posing a lot of pressures, unfair pressures against Ethiopia. The Westerners are not equally treating those anti-peace elements and the federal government once designated as a terrorist group and once elected as a democratic government in Ethiopia. And not only Jamaicans, Somalians and other Africans also joining in the Kingston's demonstration. This shows that how this hashtag No More is supported widely by some African nations. And also they are opposing those thoughts like imperialism and liberalism not working in Africa, because these thoughts are not matching with this resisted by Africans. And they said that some foreigners and Europeans to stop their intervention on the domestic matter of Ethiopia once the fight is inactive in northern part of Ethiopia and some parts of Amhara and Afar region, and the international community not condemning such atrocities, killings, especially in the violation of human rights and mass looting with aggression, ethnic cleansing, all these wrong acts orchestrated by TPLF, but still all foreign media outlets and some Western countries are deaf-eared and not ready to blame such kind of atrocities. But they are talking always about human rights, they talk about humanitarian assistance, they talk about democratic values, but the core element, the magnifying is a lot of people, innocent people are dead because of TPLF. They are not condemning this is a terrorist group, so they are opposing. Even as I mentioned earlier, Somalians and other African brothers are also a part of this Kingston demonstration. This shows that this hashtag No More is widely accepted by African countries, and this is the first information that I have.
So it's also going really global, right? Let's also talk about the diaspora homecoming challenge. As you know, Ethiopia has called its citizens to come back home, promising its usual cordial hospitality. What's the preparation like so far that you observed?
Yeah, there are a lot of issues are read on the issue of Ethiopian diasporas and Ethiopian nationals who live in abroad. And the federal government is once called these diasporas come to Ethiopia and invest in a lot of activities in Ethiopia. And the federal government is taking those preparations like, you know, the Ethiopian Airlines also discounting airline tickets, and other tourism sectors like hotel and tourism services also discounting their services, and they can't come to unlicensed their IDs. And all these activities are done to those Ethiopian diasporas and Ethiopian nationals to come easily into Ethiopia. And within one month, it is expected to 1 million Ethiopian diasporas and Ethiopian nationals expected to come into Ethiopia. Not only coming, they are also ready to invest in Ethiopia in various investment fields like tourism and other like currency, remittance, and so on and so on, to support the Ethiopian economy. And Ethiopian senior government officials also expressing on their Twitter and other personal accounts the government is ready to receive, and Ethiopia is ready to receive those diasporas and Ethiopian nationals when try to come to Ethiopia. And it is a great attention that attracted by those foreign countries like US and so on and so on. And some Ethiopians, and not only Ethiopians, all black people are stimulated to come into Africa and Ethiopia because of there is unnecessary pressure that was imposed by those Westerns against Ethiopia.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Right now in Gondar. Hope you can hear me.
Welcome back. You're still watching Addis News Hour. Now, the damage the TPLF caused to the Wollo University amounts to an estimated 10 billion birr. In addition to looting and destroying the university, the terrorist group raided and buried civilians in and around the campus. It was disclosed. Goshu Melissa has more.
The nefarious TPLF has destroyed Wollo University in heavy artillery, turning it into a wreck. President of Wollo University disclosed that the main and other campus of the university are gravely damaged and looted by the terrorist group.
Many of our buildings, offices and basic ICT infrastructures which were built with an outlay of 300 million birr have been destroyed by the cruel TPLF. They ransacked what they could and completely destroyed the rest. We had various research and teaching laboratories for engineering, health and veterinary departments. All these materials are fully demolished. Art and music, as well as sport academy instruments which were bought in huge foreign currency, are also looted and destroyed.
የአርት የሚውዚክ የስፖርት ሀብቶቻችንንም ጭምር ዘርፎ ነቅሎ ወስዷል የተረፉትንም ባሉበት እንዲወድሙ ነው ያደረገው
President of Wollo University Mangasha Yele said the damage and looting caused by the terrorist PLF on the university is worth 10 billion birr.
ተቋሙንም ከመቆጣጠሩ አስቀድሞ
Before they captured the town, the terrorist group had attacked the university with heavy artillery from the distance. Damaging public infrastructure in any international law is a crime. The group was looting public properties from small items to vehicles. The looted and destroyed properties of the university estimated 10 billion birr.
የጠፋው ሀብት በገንዘብ ሲተመን ከ10 ቢሊዮን ብር በላይ ነው
In addition to the looting and destroying the university, the terrorist PLF killed innocents and buried them in the university compound.
This is really sad when a human being committed such heinous crimes on innocents and public institutions. The savage TPLF raided and buried innocents in the premises of the university where the human mind is educated and trained. That's a sign of its endless atrocity. Their ill objective is to exterminate the people of Amhara. I don't think there is a better evidence for the international community to condemn such heinous atrocities on human beings.
ይህን ማያወግዝ ዓለም አቀፍ ማህበረሰብ ይህን በሽልታ የሚያልፍ ዓለም አቀፍ ማህበረሰብ ይኖራል ብዬ አልጠብቅምና
The terrorist group is being vanquished in a unified hand of Ethiopian joint forces.
The hashtag No More movement, spearheaded by Ethiopians, is now rocking the whole world, engaging Eritreans and other African descents, saying no to diplomatic coercion and unwelcomed interference. The colorful movement is gaining momentum globally. The concern is now being shared by people who do care about the sovereignties of nations. Norway, Sweden and Australia take their turns to be inundated by a flood of protesters who proudly shout "No more" in their slogans. Have a listen to this.
Australia! Australia! No more! No more! Australia! No more! Minister Payne! Minister Payne! Minister Payne! Minister Payne! Everyone, she is the foreign minister for Australia who is funding TPLF terrorism, who is funding drones. Think about people. All right? No more. No more. No more. Terrorism. No more. Genocide. No more. Stolen land.
No more.
No more.
No more.
No more.
And every time I mention TPLF, I want you all to shout, terrorists!
Terrorists!
TPLF!
Terrorists!
TPLF!
Terrorists!
Let's get busy on social media and send a message to the governments and the media about this.
Yes!
No more lies!
No more lies!
No more lies!
No more lies!
TPLF must disarm. TPLF must disarm.
Hands up Ethiopia! Hands up Ethiopia! Hands up Ethiopia! Hands up Ethiopia! Enough is enough! Enough is enough!
Our diversity is our strength, and our unity is our power. Today's protest is part of the global movement called #NoMore, which started in the United States to oppose the West's partisan positions in relation to the conflict. We want unity. We don't want terrorism.
No!
We don't want massacres.
No!
America, you can try as hard as you want. EU, UN, hear the people? This is the voice of the people.
Now, the permanent representative of Ethiopia to the United Nations, Ambassador Taye Asqe-Selassie, reproached the WHO for being silent while watching hospitals in Ethiopia utterly destroyed by the TPLF. Ambassador Taye on his Twitter post indicated that the destruction of Wollo Hospital in Amhara region is a glaring testimony for the brutal and cruel acts of the TPLF. Taye went on to say that Ethiopians will never forget what the criminal clique has done to public facilities. Taye wonders why the World Health Organization and its Africa office kept silent while hospitals and other health facilities of the poor deliberately destroyed by the TPLF. South Sudan's first Vice President Riek Machar met with Ethiopia's ambassador in South Sudan, Nabil Mahdi, and exchanged views of common interest. During the meeting, the first Vice President recalled the two nations' long-standing historical relations and mentioned how grateful the people of South Sudan are for the strong commitment of consecutive governments in Ethiopia. He also underscored South Sudan's commitment to peace in Ethiopia and said nothing harmful comes from South Sudan now and in the future. Ambassador Nabil briefed the first Vice President about the current developments in Ethiopia. He also highlighted the hypocritical and unbalanced reports of some Western media agencies, which aimed at nothing but tarnishing the image of the country and its leadership. Now, Ethiopia sees tourist influx despite unsubstantiated security alerts from the US and a few other Western embassies in Addis Ababa. These embassies have been releasing security alerts almost every day and frustrated their citizens to evacuate Addis Ababa for more than a month now. The US in particular has been making what constitutes defamation on Ethiopia even twice a day. However, foreigners coming to the country told ETV that Addis Ababa is quite safe as usual. Have a listen to this.
My name's Steve Johans, so I'm from the United States, from Chicago, and I'm here on business. Ethiopia is near and dear to my heart, and it's an extremely peaceful area. So I think a lot of the things that are out in the press are misrepresenting this country right now. So it's extremely peaceful. The people are wonderful. The city is great. And all you have to do is just look what's happening here. And you know, people are shopping. People are doing some great things here.
My name is Paul, and I'm a consultant for the company Talamus Airwine, and I live in France. And I will say actually this is my second time in 2 months. So it's a good country, peaceful. Whatever the media said, this is a good country. I invited everyone to come to Ethiopia. At least from what I've seen, Ethiopia is as peaceful as any other country in Africa. From what I know, it's a very peaceful place.
My name is Kundo Negasi. I'm from Germany. I'm the head organization of the Africa Sourcing and Fashion Week and the All Africa Leatherwear taking place in Addis Ababa. Addis Ababa is beautiful as always. We have been here since many years, coming to organize this exhibition. And me personally, I don't see any difference between the past year, the year before, and so on, and today. For me, Addis Ababa is still the same. The roads are busy, the hotels are busy, business is going on here. We don't see much of a difference in terms of the city.
Since I've been in Ethiopia, I'm here on business. It's been very peaceful. Ethiopia is a very special place. When you come here, try to read up a little bit about Ethiopia's history, its culture, and they say do in Rome as the Romans do. So it's when you come to Ethiopia, act like an Ethiopian, live like an Ethiopian, and you will have a wonderful time. The people here are really warm, they're loving. Everyone's been so kind to me, So yeah, I would like to say it's a very, very special place, and I look forward to many more visits.
Finally, in our global news, rescuers in the United States are desperately searching for survivors after a string of tornadoes killed dozens of people and destroyed homes and businesses in 6 Midwestern states. But authorities on Sunday said hopes of finding those missing alive was dwindling 2 days after the disaster struck. Nowhere suffered as much as the small town of Mayfield, Kentucky, where Friday's large twisters destroyed a candle factory and the fire and police stations. Kentucky governor told reporters on Sunday evening that at least 80 people in his state were dead, and the death toll eventually going to exceed 100. The governor said tornadoes were the most destructive in the state's history, and that even the sturdiest structures of steel and brick were flattened. Now a quick reminder of the top stories. Ethiopia preparing to welcome 1 million diaspora during Christmas. And TPLF destroys 10 billion birr worth facility in Wollo University. Well, that's all the news there is for now. Many thanks for watching us. Bye-bye.